So what happens now? 3 Republicans are running for governor: Meg Whitman, Steve Poizner, and Tom Campbell. But is it possible that Jerry Brown will be the only Democrat in the race? Political editor Randy Shandeville is here now with more on that part of the story. Randy?
Julie, actually, as we speak, even though California is a heavily Democratic state, there are no Democrats running for governor. Attorney General Jerry Brown most likely will run, but he hasn't made it official yet.
He's very formidable. I think anybody would have to think 2 or 3 times.
Former state Senate President Don Perata says Brown was the heavy favorite before Newsome dropped out and becomes even more of a favorite now.
Jerry's got the name ID. He is recognized. He has celebrity status in this state. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to get in and overcome that.
But most analysts say someone probably will step up to challenge Brown. California is far too tantalizing a prize for Democrats to ignore. Some speculate that Southern California Congresswoman Jane Harman, who ran for governor once before,
I'm the person she thinks should be governor. It's a big message.
Is thinking about trying again.
But she has very little name ID, so she'd have to spend vast amount of money just to bring her name ID even close to where Jerry's is right now.
Harman has vast amounts of money, the richest woman in Congress. But the biggest last-minute splash could come from Senator Dianne Feinstein.
Dianne Feinstein gets in, I think everybody gets out of the pool, or people who are thinking of jumping in, they're going to go get a tan.
Feinstein is now one of the most powerful members of the Senate. Still, the former San Francisco mayor thinks of herself as an executive and has long coveted the governor's office. She ran once and lost before becoming a senator.
She wants to fix things. She wants to solve problems. And that's a big, strong pull to the executive. You know, in Congress, even in the Senate, the most elite club in the world, you are one of 100, but you have no administrative authority.
Earlier this year, we asked the senator about rumors she may enter the race.
And to those candidates who are waiting to hear whether you run or not because they may drop out if you do, you say?
Well, I say that's up to them. I mean, they're all adults. And, you know, if this were the year of the election, I would say I would have to decide. It isn't, and I don't.
We called Feinstein's office this evening. Her spokesman told us she's still thinking about it, still hasn't made up her mind.
Randy, Senator Feinstein is 76 years old. If she does decide to get into the race, could her age become an issue?
Well, perhaps with some, but you have to keep in mind that Jerry Brown, he's 71. And as for the gruel and the grind of campaigning, well, going up and down the state is easier than flying back and forth to Washington. And if she were to win, the San Francisco to Sacramento commute is certainly easier than SFO to Dulles. And she could get in at the last minute. Her name ID is bigger than Brown's. She's incredibly popular, and with the help of Emily's List, she could raise millions of dollars in a heartbeat.
All right. Our political editor, Randy Shandeville. Thank you, Randy. Now to the latest on the Bay Bridge. It's been more than